In Companies Act, there are so many numbers. So how to easily remember these numbers? There is a classification of group rights. That is, how many number of persons required for doing particular thing, like say operation, how many numbers are required for investigation, how many numbers are required for polling, how many members are required. Like this, there are so many lists. So you are expected to remember this list also, like group list, and you are expected to remember the statutory registers. There are so many statutory registers which shall be maintained, and what if a member is asking for inspection of the register, and what if a member is requesting a copy of the register, and what are the statutory registers that has to be maintained, and what are the non-statutory registers, and what are the statistical books that has to be maintained. You are expected to remember all these concepts which are very essential from the exam point of view. In addition, you have the chapter on this secretarial standards also. You are expected to remember the basics of the secretarial standard also, because this is again going to be made mandatory once this company's bill come into place. As of now, for 1, 2, 3 secretarial standards are given exclusively in the bill itself. So it's very essential to remember, but don't spend too much of time on this secretarial standards. Then you have the last chapter which is dealing with this company law in other countries. That is again important from exam point of view, because they are asking about 5 to 10 marks from this area. So don't leave this. Just sit and turn through sometime. Whenever you are getting bored or something, just take this portion of the book and see what is there. Is this UK Companies Act 2006 is one of the most recent Companies Act which came fully into force from 2010. So it is actually, this act is also good to read. When you have the time, you can read through this also. And if you have the time, even you can download this. There is the offer documents for Indian depository receipt. In India, there is only one issue has happened, that is of Standard Chartered, which has come out with the IDR issue, Indian depository receipt issue. It's actually very important for your due diligence paper. But actually, why I'm telling you here is, if you are downloading that offer document, you can find they have compared company law in various countries, like what is the company law in UK and company law in Australia. Like that, they have compared company law of various countries. It may be of some help. So you read that chapter also, but more you stick to the study material for this chapter, because it's very important, which they are repeatedly asking 5 to 10 marks out of this. And the Companies Act as such, the broadly I give you a picture what and all you have to look it into mandatorily. Apart from this, don't forget to touch the basic aspects and even the MCA 21 chapter, which covers about e-stamping, e-certificates, how everything has been made online. And there is a e-form compliance chart given in the first chapter, which tells you what are the amendment, what are the things which you have to attach to a form, what are the mandatory attachment, what are the optional attachment, and what are the forms you should file before filing this form. All those things are very, very, very important from the exam point of view. Make sure you read that again and again along with the e-form list. So finally, when you are going before the paper, before the exam hall, make sure you are damn thorough with all the e-forms as thoroughly as possible.